Hi, Scorpio, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your mid-month money and career tarot reading for the month of January 2022, as I struggle to remember which month we're speaking upon. Either way, I do want to thank you so much for joining me, but I want to remind you as well, this is a general mid-month reading, so just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. I did receive an overall message for you for this mid-month reading. As I just check this off, bear with me. The message for you is breathing in the abundance. Breathing in the abundance. So let's aim on down and pull some cards. Alrighty, let's begin by pulling a Moonology card or two, or whatever we get, to begin this reading. For my lovely Scorpios, for this mid-month money career read for January 2022, don't be surprised if you space out a little bit throughout the second half of the month. So we have for Scorpio. Okay, we have two. Underlining focus on potentially what you need to release moving forward, whether it's a financial investment or a job, but definitely an underlining focus on you needing to have faith in your dreams, whether you lost faith in them recently or you just feel as if the universe and spirit is pushing you to maintain that faith, all right? To remember that you have the ability within you to manifest the fruition of those dreams, if you will. So we're beginning with it's time to take action, and communication is key. So there's a push to take action when it comes to what you want to invest in moving forward, or it maybe has more to do with a new job or a push to step up and take the lead within a career situation that you're already wrapped up with. Feeling very bold in one way, shape, or form. I also just heard, I know what I'm doing, so let me show you how. So I need to take action when it comes to showing somebody else how to do what you already know, or just better at in one way, shape, or form. Feeling very knowledgeable with the career path you've chosen, or even just began for some of you. Communication is key as a struggle to spit it out. That was key wording. It may feel like communication is key this month, but for whatever reason, you're struggling to spit out how you truly feel or what you had planned to say. Feeling very strategic in what you want to communicate, but then it not either coming out in the same manner, or you just, it just feels like a struggle to express yourself in one way, shape, or form. But then when you try to show somebody how to do something, or you teach somebody, lead in one way, shape, or form, that's when communication actually works out for you. But when you try to express yourself or strategically plan for a conversation, it just feels like a bit of a struggle, all right? But you're going to find that communication will benefit you in a lot of ways in the second half of the month, all right? We're going to reverse these and pull 6 cards from the Light Seers Tarot deck. I'm hearing, and then we'll further clarify each one. Okay. For my lovely Scorpios to continue. And so we're going to pull 6. The first 3 are going to speak upon the 3rd week of the month or thereabout. And the second half of the spread will speak upon the 4th week of the month. And just keep in mind, energy is fluid. All right. Alrighty. Pretty good energy. We're going to pull the last 2 right from the top of the deck. I just heard, yeah, I can feel the abundance. It's mine. With the 7 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, excuse me, and the Knight of Wands, as well as the 7 of Swords, feeling as if your hard work is paying off in a lot of different ways. People wanting to present you opportunities, give you the benefit of the doubt, or just seeing your money improve as your passions just prove worthy, right? Feeling quite knowledgeable once again, but not feeling the need to update everybody and their mother about what you're moving towards or how you came to this conclusion. It's like, just trust that what I'm saying is right, okay? Also not feeling the need to tell everybody about the abundance that's coming in, but it kind of putting you in the spotlight to a certain extent. So just expect that. So we're beginning the first half of the spread, so the second half of the month in general, with the Judgment card. It's time to release that lack of faith in your dreams for some of you, or simply release a struggle filled past. It feels like for some of you, you need to release the doubt within that you don't have it in you to lead the way or um, to communicate clearly. You need to release certain energies for some of you in order to communicate clearly if you're very empathic. But also for some of you, it's to begin the second half of the month where you need to be completely honest with certain people, and that feeling like a bit of a struggle for one reason or another. It'll come easily for some, but it just feels like as well people just being very honest with you. If you work on an online platform, the honesty is rolling in from the viewers, okay? Or just people who are there to benefit from your services or what you're selling, or what you created, okay? However you go about it. But it just feels like there is a need for a release. You could be feeling like there's a lot of pent up energy or stress at the beginning, from the beginning of the month up until this point, and a need to just be honest with oneself as well. And think about the communication with the universe as you think and desire, but be honest with yourself. What needs to change and be developed moving forward in order to see things pan out in the way you want? Okay, if you're not 100% satisfied with your situation, you will see things improve for the most part in the second half of the month. But again, you are going to realize that there are a lot of benefits from this push from the universe to release in a lot of ways as well, just to be honest with yourself and potentially other people. Okay, but so we actually do have to clarify. With the Page of Cups, a push to take an emotional fresh start when it comes to what you're working towards, what you desire, when it comes to your dreams. I really didn't need to clarify that one, but we're moving on. The Death and Rebirth. So this is for the middle of the third week of the month, and you're reminded that your career is going through this death and rebirth, whether it's your business is changing and developing as you move forward in ways that just even shock you, and definitely other people, or it could be the company you work for going through a death and rebirth. But it feels like you going through this sort of change on a soul level through your work, especially if you're on social media or in the public eye in one way, shape, or form. People can see that change coming about you, even if you don't think so. It's more apparent through your eyes or just your voice or your creations. But for some of you, it's more so you just seeing things left and right, heard rapidly changing within your job from a day-to-day basis, and it being like, wow, I'm not afraid of change, but this is just a lot. It's like I have to keep adapting to all of which. And you're being reminded to think about what you want to invest your money in moving forward to improve your life now that you're going through this bit of a death and rebirth. Or what do you want to begin when it comes to your career? It just want a push from the universe to continue to understand as you develop and change on a soul level as an individual. Your career is going to continue to do so as well, but you're in the driver's seat. So just think thoroughly about, be honest with oneself once again. How are things going to move forward? Co-create with the universe and spirit to give you the best result. But it does feel like it feels like to wrap up the third week, this is when the abundance starts to come in. Going back to the overall message, breathing in the abundance. You get a taste of justice to wrap up this third week, feeling quite, I heard smug, but feeling quite proud of yourself. This kind of calm way of being where you're just breathing in the abundance, and people may be being a bit jealous or just a little bit envious. But it's like, well, I've been working my ass off, or I just make strategic moves in the right direction, or I just do what I have to at the end of the day. It's also this taste of justice and balance that you receive when you take action towards a leadership role or just speaking up or helping somebody in one way, shape, or form. If you do end up helping somebody, I do feel like, or multiple people, for a select few of you, I do see it being very rewarding and fulfilling. And that may sort of make you think about where you're heading in your career and if you're helping people in enough within that career choice. You will find that for whatever reason, towards the end of the third week, there's a flashback or two or memories come to be. You can find that when you're having certain conversations at work or you're producing or creating in one way, shape, or form, it just reminds you of past jobs or financial investments or even people that you once had in your life and no longer do. And it just being a reminder that your life is just transformed on a multitude of levels moving forward. And don't be afraid to just do what's right for you and reevaluate who and what needs to come with you moving forward or won't have a productive place with you. All right. I just heard no need for blockages. It's Scorpio's time. All right. With the Six of Swords, it just feels like you're moving away from a trouble-filled past, a financial struggle or two, or just a lack of justice in one way, shape, or form. Understanding fully as you make your way into the fourth week that it's your time to take action to shine and be one with this abundance and justice that you never had consistently or at all. And what a beautiful beginning to the last week of the month with the Ace of Cups. This is potentially about a new beginning for some of you, but it's at the very least speaking upon your cup overflowing. Again, breathing in the abundance and just doing what's right for you. Being reminded that you're one strong individual, even if you don't overexude yourself left and right. Some of you do. It depends on the type of Scorpio. I've met both kinds. But either way, it just feels like you're being pushed to charge in a passionate way, potentially a little bit feisty, towards a new beginning. That could be something you want to invest your money in, or it could be more so a new job. You feel quite abundant when it comes to your career at the beginning of the fourth week, but for whatever reason, very defensive, very feisty. When you're talking about it outside of that situation, you don't feel quite positive, or you just feel a bit irritated, annoyed, or just you're being reminded that communication is key. You may be finding that these conversations are a bit of a release for you in one way, shape, or form. So be it. Just don't overly focus on the difficulties. There's a lot of positives, and the abundance that you have in the situation, including financial income and stability, is definitely part of your situation. The justice card doesn't come out twice in a reading for money and career if it doesn't mean you're not getting, it just means you're getting your justice basically on multiple levels. I just heard one when it comes to your living situation, one when it comes to your career, all right? Being reminded that you are being presented new forms of income moving forward, potentially just some rapid income in one way, shape, or form, or opportunities to invest your money as your world continues to develop and change. I just heard communicate clearly or to the best of your ability. You won't regret it. Queen of Cups. Some of you might in the second half of the month have to stand up to somebody in your work environment, someone higher up potentially, and just speak your mind due to certain frustrations or just seeing something done completely wrong. Again, you feel very wise and knowledgeable when it comes to what you're doing. But a push in the middle of the fourth week to just put your hands up and say, you know, things are going to transpire as they're meant to. I do have control to a certain extent, but a push not to stress over things too much, to go with the flow when it comes to the death and rebirth, or just the changes that are happening in your job or your business, to go with the flow and just, you know, wave your magic wand and allow for your magic touch to assist the situation in a going with the flow kind of manner, instead of wanting to control everything too much. Okay, it feels like you are a bit emotional in the middle of the last week of the month, but again, you're being pushed to focus on the abundance that you have at hand so that you can make the best out of things, out of whatever you're trying to maintain or just move past eventually. But you are being reminded that part of the abundance in this month in general is the fact that you have a lot of options. All right, whether it's again what you want to invest in financially or job wise, career wise. You've got this. You have so many options, and now it's your chance to choose where your justice lies. Eight of Swords. And so you make your way to wrap up the month in general, and you're being pushed to take action in a situation that's restricting. This could be your job, your business, or your living situation, or multiple. Let's find out more, as there are sirens in the background. You're there's a need to have patience to wrap up the month as you find yourself a little bit out of balance, or you find there's a lack of balance and serenity in this situation, or again, multiple for some of you. To push to do an immense amount of reflecting and to think about the justice that you deserve when it comes to it. I just heard for some of you, you've invested a lot of time and effort into the situation, and so why wouldn't you expect the best at this point, or just do what you can to add to it positively? Remember that you do send out vibes to the universe, communicate with the universe outside of that situation, or even within it, when it comes to your rants, your stories, your stresses in one way, shape, or form. But it feels like some of you do require or desire a tower moment, where you're being pushed to put an end to that lack of balance, that overthinking, that over reflecting, and just understand that this is an abundant end to your month of January. So just take action towards simplifying things for yourself in your mind, expecting the best, and just making the best as you breathe in all the abundance. All right? So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're looking to book a personal reading with myself, the options are down below, as well as my email. Just reach on out. I hope you have the most amazing rest of the month, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Scorpio.